Hey guys, welcome to my Etsy channel. This is Nancy from nancybadijo.com and welcome to another episode of Etsy Shop Critique. If this is your first time visiting my Etsy channel and you are currently a Etsy seller or have your own handmade business, this is the channel for you. Make sure that you subscribe today. I do upload weekly videos about Etsy, how to build a thriving business online with SEO, branding, social media, and much more. So don't forget to subscribe. On today's tutorial or on today's Etsy shop critique, I'm doing a critique on the store called Ali Cupcake Boutique by Alejandra. So thank you, Alejandra, for allowing me to do a review of your store. Any tools that I currently use on this review, I will link them below. So if you click below this video, you'll find a list of different resources. If you head over to my blog, I actually have a massive list of 100 plus resources for Etsy sellers or handmade business. So make sure that you head over and check them out. So the first thing that I normally do when I do a critique, I pick a listing and I kind of do an audit on that particular listing. I kind of break it down from photo, listing description, SEO, and then I finish it with the curation of the shop. So the listing that I picked was this one right here. Now, two things to keep in mind. When you sell in an e-commerce platform like Etsy or Amazon or anywhere else that the person cannot see the product, photography is very, very important. It plays a vital role on whether they're going to buy from you or not buy from you. So the first thing that someone sees is the photo. So it has to be enticing. It has to be clear. Like they have to be able to see the photo and know exactly what they're getting. It has to be cropped in a complimentary way. And it has to be an amazing photo. It cannot be a pretty photo or an okay photo because okay doesn't get the sale. So basically you could have an amazing product, but if the photo does not look good, you will not get the sale, bottom line. So you want to make sure that you do spend more time crafting these photos, making sure that you practice, that you do natural lighting. Maybe you're going to get like a light box, whatever you have to do to scale your photos to the next level. The first thing that I notice about this picture here is not cropped in a complimentary way. When I look at it, I'm not really sure what I'm exactly getting. So therefore, a lot of people like myself wouldn't necessarily click on the photo because they don't really know what they're getting, so they're going to keep browsing through the search results. So what you want to definitely do is redo your photos again and make sure that you include the bottom pieces. These are centerpieces, but the way that they're showcased in the search results, which is it looks like this, I can't really tell that that's what you're selling. It also has a shadow in the background. So having a light box or playing with your lighting will help you with that so you don't have that shadow in the background. So I would definitely redo the photos again, only and especially the size, because they're not showcasing your items the way that they should. And they're beautiful items. It's just that they're not clear, and by looking at them for first glance, I really didn't know what I was looking at. So photos will need to be done again. Good job of having a photo using the product because that does give people a visualization of how it will look. And that's really, really important when it comes to selling online. So this photo I actually do like. I wish it was a little bit more straight on so I could see them because it's blending with the black in the background. So I really can't see the centerpieces, but the overall look is pretty. But the picture is also not the clearest when I'm trying to look at the centerpieces. Um, you took a picture of shipping the packages or shipping your products, which is great. I would do this picture as well over. It's not as attractive, but it's a great idea to include your packaging. This one is okay. Um, yeah, once again, the pictures are all different colors in the background. They have shadows. So yeah, I would just redo the photos. great job of putting a lot of different photos. That's very important. So great job on that. Just redo the photos again because they do need a little bit of work. Now, the second thing I want to talk about after product photography is SEO. So, as you guys know already, SEO or search engine optimization is just how people could find your listing when they type it in the search results, whether it's Etsy, Google, Yahoo, or any large search engine. Now, the key to finding keywords is understanding who is your target audience. You could get that information by looking at your Etsy stats. You could get that information by connecting your store to Google Analytics and collecting data over time and seeing who is people that are interested in your product. What is the demographics? How old are they? Is it more female or male? Is it both? What other interests are they looking for? Things like that. It's very important that you understand who your target audience. If you don't know who your target audience is, then you show your products to the wrong people that are not interested. That's why a lot of people get a lot of views, a lot of impressions, but they don't make sales. And that's the reason, because they're showing the products to the wrong people. So it's important that you understand who is your target audience. Once you know who is your target audience or your persona, you're able to target to those people by using the proper tags. Now, I recommend using eRank, which is what I use when I do research for my keywords, because it does give you a lot of information when you're doing your keywords. This is your listing at the current moment. So the first thing I notice is that you're using Barbie. You're not supposed to use that word. It's trademark. You could go to uspto.gov. You could type in any keyword that you might think like, is this trademark? I'm not sure. You could look it up and it will tell you if it's trademark. The issue with this is that if somebody from Barbie finds out that you're using their products, what they'll do is they'll issue an infringement notice to Etsy, and Etsy will have to go ahead and put your listing down. After so many infringement notice, you could get your Etsy shop canceled. And once you get your Etsy shop canceled or shut down, you can no longer sell in the near future as well. So my first recommendation, remove the word Barbie. Obviously, you will have to redo your entire listing because 90% of your keywords have the word Barbie. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to use the word Barbie because it is trademark. Regardless, if you see tons of other people using it, you shouldn't use it because it's trademark. And at the end of the day, you don't want to risk your business and you don't want to risk all this time and effort and energy that you're doing in order to get shut down because you have 2 infringements or you have 4 or whatever. Or if you keep doing it, they'll mark your store down too. So keep in mind that when you upload a listing, it gets a listing score. And the listing score is based on different factors. It's based on SEO, it's based on customer service, it's based on your reviews, it's based on whether you have infringements or not, it's based on whether you have case opens on your shop or not. All of these affect your listing score. So if you have infringements or other issues in your store, that also devalues that listing score, and therefore it won't be as high in the search results like other listings from other stores. So just keep that in mind, that an infringement will affect your listing score overall of your shop. So it's a negative effect to your store. So therefore, less people or less visibility to your store, less money you make as well. So my first suggestion is remove Barbie and to only use keywords that are not trademark and use keywords that describe what you're selling. You want to make sure that the keyword is not too competitive. If it's over competitive, you will get buried in the search results. You want to also make sure that your keyword is not too generic. If it's generic, what that means is that if you use the keyword like doll, that's too generic. A doll could be anything, right? It could be a lot of people, they could be talking about a doll in a t-shirt or an actual doll or maybe a doll drawing. It's too broad and generic, so therefore you're not targeting your target audience. Now you're basically showing that to anybody and everybody. So it's very important that you use keywords that describe your item. So when people, like for instance, if I want to buy running shoes, I'm not going to just type in the word shoes. I'm going to put comfortable running shoes. And that would be the way that I could find what I'm looking for. I wouldn't put high heels, right? Because if I'm looking for gym shoes, it doesn't match my query. So what I would do is I would type in what I'm looking for. And that's how you have to think. You have to think like the customer. So if I needed these centerpieces, I might put, if I'm looking for pink and black centerpieces, I might put pink and black centerpieces, or feminine pink centerpieces, because that's what I would be looking for. So that's what you got to think about. Now, you do have to do the research to make sure that the keywords that you're thinking of are keywords that you could compete with, because you also don't want to use a keyword that is too oversaturated that everyone else is using, because you'll be drowning in the bottom of the search results. And you also don't want to use a keyword that has very low competition, in the sense that there's no volume, like people are actually not searching for that keyword. So therefore, you're also not driving traffic. I'll give you an idea. This keyword here, Barbie silhouette, 0 to 50 people search for that keyword per month. So technically, you're not going to get any traffic from it. It's not even worth a keyword. It doesn't even tell you whether there's any engagement with that keyword. The reason why, because there's none. So eRank doesn't report it back that there's an engagement, because it's so low. So something like that wouldn't get you any traffic at all. So I don't recommend using keywords that are very low, or using keywords that are very, very high. Now, what you want to make sure that you do once you have your new keywords, you want to optimize your listing for SEO. So the first thing you want to do is you want to put the most important keyword in the beginning of your sentence. This is the old school way, where you stuff keywords. With the new SEO, which started like in October last year, they don't want you doing this anymore. It has to be a short title describing what you're selling, with your main keyword in the beginning of the sentence for SEO purpose, and that's it. Doing it this way, one, is overstuffing keywords, and two, it confuses the buyer when they're about to buy, because there's so many keywords they don't really understand what they're buying. So therefore, just keep one keyword in a short description of what you're selling, and then this is your meta description here. So the first 155 characters is your meta description, and that's what people see when they Google your store. And this is your meta description. And this is what you have right now. This listing is for vintage Barbie inspired centerpieces set. These vintage centerpieces are the perfect touch to complete. So you have to make sure that this here, which is the beginning of your listing description, is enticing. So you want to make sure that whatever you write here, the first 155 characters, is enticing. It also has your main keyword, and it makes somebody want to click to learn more about the product and service. And then what you also want to do is, throughout your listing description, you want to include your additional keywords. By doing that, you're optimizing your listing for on-page SEO factor. And when you do that, and people are typing in keywords in the search results on Etsy, your listing will place higher in the search results, because it will recognize those queries that people are searching for. So therefore, optimizing your listing description as an on-page SEO factor is very, very critical in order to drive more traffic to your shop. And you want to make sure that they sound natural. You want to make sure that you put those keywords in there and they're even throughout the listing description. So adding those keywords are very, very important. I will break this down into sections. I'll give you an idea. This is my store, and when you shop in my store, I have it broken down in sections like this. I have description, what's included, how to order, refunds and exchanges, etc. That's what you want to do. It makes it a little bit easier for people to go into the section they want to read. So I would highly recommend doing something like that, like breaking it into sections. I also like maybe putting here shipping because you have the information there. That way, if that's what they're looking for, it grabs their eyes to there. Um, the third thing I want to talk about is listing description. So keep in mind the photo is what makes them want to buy. The SEO is how they found you, right? That's what helps them find your listing. And the listing description builds credibility, it builds trustworthiness. When somebody's reading the listing description, it should include everything and anything about that listing. It should include the details, what they're buying, how to order, shipping policy, return policy, and anything and everything they should know about that particular listing. Now, Etsy does say don't write like a long thing. I kind of don't agree with that. I feel like as long as you're writing information about that particular listing that pertains, that's fine. If you're adding additional stuff, like other people put reviews and they talk about other products and they do paragraphs of how they got started, that's too much. Remove that. But just keep it simple, but keep it about the product. That way you build credibility. And it also helps putting all that information because therefore it avoids people messaging you to ask you questions because you already answered their questions in the listing description. Now, occasionally, you are going to get those random people that do ask questions, and that's okay. But the more you have it there, the more trustworthiness you look like a transparent store. You don't hide anything, everything is out, and the person could make an informed decision before buying versus them buying and then not realizing that it's going to be more money for shipping or it's going to be an extra fee for like a custom order, etc. And it does cover you as a buyer as well. So the more information that you could add to your listings, the better it is. So just recommending that. And then at the end, what I would do is put a backlink back to your actual store, to your homepage. So creating a backlink here. That way, when they scroll down and they're done reading, they don't leave your store by accidentally clicking the back button. They'll stay in your store and it will take them to your homepage to continue visiting. If you have additional products that go with this, like these here, what I would do is I will put here additional products or matching items, and then I will put a picture that says click below for matching items. And then I will also do a picture of the additional products that go with this one and letting them know these are the additional items that are extra but go with this particular product. That will actually increase your sales also because a lot of people just want to buy everything in one store and get it out of the way. So a lot of people don't know how to browse Etsy. They don't know that if that you might have matching items. You have to literally spell it out for them. You have to tell them, hey, did you know we have matching items? Click below to learn more. That way they're like, oh, I like this. If they have other stuff that I could buy, I might just well go ahead and do it because they just want to be done and over with it. So just keep that in mind as well. And that would definitely help you scale your sales for sure. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the curation of your shop. And that's just the overall look of your store. The first thing I noticed when I first went to your store was your banner. It's a little busy. You already have your store name here and you have it here. So my suggestion is to keep this one here and change your store banner. Make it a little bit more nicer in my opinion. I would even do a banner showcasing your different products in lifestyle, like having them like how you did this photo that you have that you're showcasing how they look, because photos like this do really well when it comes to stuff that like this that you're selling. I would just redo the banner, either have more products up there, showcase the different things that you sell, have the hours of operation, have a website link if you do have a website, have your social media handles, but make it a little bit more professional. If you look at the most prominent stores out there that make a lot of sales, they do have that in their store. They have a very beautiful logo and they have their products showcasing. But I highly recommend it because it is a little busy. I will have a picture of your face close up. People want to know from Etsy who they're buying from. When they go to Amazon or they buy from eBay, they could care less. When they go to Etsy, they actually read your About Me story. They actually look at your photo because they know they're getting something unique, handmade, different. So therefore, they do take a little bit more time of understanding who they're buying from. They want to know who. So I highly recommend doing a photo or uploading a photo that shows your face a little bit more. I recommend taking time to create your About Me story because it's personal when you sell on Etsy, and just sharing your story, like how you got started and why you got started and what motivates you and how you want to grow, etc., etc., is a really great way to play on people's hearts a little bit, and maybe they'll buy from you because they read something that resonated with them. Maybe you're a single mom. Maybe you work full time like I do and you have this as a side hustle. It doesn't matter, but maybe something that you write resonates with them. So having that backstory of how you started on Etsy is very, very important to scale your business to the next level. Um, so good job on updating your Etsy shop. Also, what I recommend is on your announcement, on your categories, on your tagline, on your when you fill this out, your About Me section. I recommend adding your keywords. It's important because then you're optimizing your store. This here, Chanel, you need to remove that keyword. Minnie Mouse, you need to remove that keyword. Mickey Mouse, you need to remove that. All of these will get your store in trouble. Chanel, these are all things that are trademark. Um, so they're beautiful and all, but even the silhouette of selling of Mickey Mouse, you're not supposed to sell. I know a lot of people sell Mickey Mouse stuff, but it is not allowed. And if you get caught, there's severe circumstances with Disney. Disney is very, very strict with their products. Um, just keep that in mind that I will definitely work if I were you on removing anything that's trademark, even if you go down to 10 products. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So that's the first thing I would do before I change anything else, is to make sure that you remove all the things that are infringement. If you're not sure if they're infringement or not, you go to this website. Here's the address right here. I have it linked below as well because I have a video about it. You go to uspto.gov. You could Google that. You could go in there and search for trademarks. You could just put in the keyword and it tells you if that keyword is trademark or not. But I highly trademark or not, or patented or not, but you need to start researching it. You need to start learning what is trademark, because obviously you have so many products that are currently trademark that you're using that will get your store shut down. So keep that in mind. It seems like your products are beautiful. You have great reviews. You just have to work on your product photography. You have to work on your SEO. You got to work on finding who is your target audience. Work on your branding. You have so many colors, so many different backgrounds. If I saw this picture and I saw that picture and I saw that picture, I would think it's coming from 3 different stores. I would never say, oh, that's from that same store, because there's no branding in your business right now. And branding is how you get remembered. If you have good branding, people will remember your brand and they always search for you, and that's how you scale a business. But if people don't remember who you are, they won't find you again. So just keep that in mind as well. I hope that this tutorial was helpful. It wasn't to discourage you, Alejandra. It was just to give you feedback, like you asked me to give you, of your shop to help you scale it to the next level. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys have any suggestions, or you had any experience with infringement, or anything I didn't mention that you know that Alejandra will benefit from, please leave a comment below. I'm trying to create a sense of community where we all come together, we help each other, We give advice and tips and grow our businesses together. So if you have any tips, make sure that you leave them below. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. So thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to comment, to like this video, to share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys.